Today I want to talk about the movie Inception. In my entire life, there's only been one movie that I've seen in theaters 2 times in a row. That movie is Inception. Granted, it was in a theater on my college campus, and the tickets were $1. Does that matter? No. I did go see it twice in a row. I remember the first viewing, I was in the front row, straining my neck looking at the theater, but I was hypnotized throughout the entirety of this movie, all the way down to the single cut to black when the top was still spinning. And I remember being in a trance. So right when the movie cut to black, I was like, oh man, I had gotten lost in this movie. And I absolutely went back the next night and watched it again. The story, which looking back is not as intricate as it felt when I first watched it. It was confusing enough that you had to really pay attention, but it wasn't so complicated that you got lost. You know what I mean? I enjoyed this movie so much that when my last year in college, I was in a video production class, and my final project was a documentary about dreams. That's how important this movie was to me. Inception was one of the first movies that I really noticed fine detail that a director would actually put into their film, you know, where they would plant little pieces here and there that you come back to, they call back, that you remember, that you as an audience member make connections yourself. And so since then, since that moment of watching Inception, I kind of have had a new way of looking at movies, and I have a new appreciation for when directors, especially writer-directors who will write a movie and then direct it themselves, I have this appreciation for those little details that they will strategically place in the movie that you may not notice. It's not so blatant in your face that you have to notice it, but it's there. At the end of the movie, it makes sense when you look back to it. So Inception was such a well-done movie. It still holds up today. I've always been interested in dreams and time. So if you haven't seen it, absolutely go see it. It's an excellent film. Inception, one of my favorites.